Welcome back, everyone, to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. That was I think, an interesting interview with Vanessa Santagita about a pretty unconventional business that she's created. And one of the reasons why I wanted to introduce you to her is because she's come to this decision to launch her own entrepreneurial venture that combines her legal background, her business background, her marketing background, and her desire to be more at home with her young son. And she's done that all at a time when, for most of it, she was a single mom. She talks about how she had to sort of do it at the same time as the environmental cultural pressure was for her to get married, have children, get a regular career job, et cetera. And she bucked those trends and took off to do a law degree internationally, and to go from business to law, and really challenge sort of the conventional wisdom of choose a path, get a job, get married, get a mortgage, have some kids, live out your life. And not that isn't also a very good option for some people, but it's got to be an option that they take because they want to take it. And what Vanessa did, I think, is wonderful. And she found her passion. And so many of us, I think, need to look at what our passion is and find that passion. I've spoken previously about this Japanese concept of ikigai, which is the four concentric circles of what are you good at, what do you like doing, what does the world need more of, and what can you get paid for. It's interesting because there are things that you're good at that you don't love, and there are things that you love that you're not very good at. And so why do one of those things? Like if you're a crappy painter, you might want to paint for fun as a hobby, but you're never going to get any money out of it. And the world doesn't need more no good painters. For me, I wanted to be a rock singer and I had a terrible voice. And so I love to sing, but my singing is probably best done in the shower where only I can hear it. Even though I did do a little bit of singing way back with Chris Wardman and people in the early high school years. Finding your passion and how do you find that passion was something I kept on asking Vanessa. And she talked about how she was inspired by her parents, particularly her father, to do whatever she wanted to do and that she didn't have to follow conventional wisdom. She talked about her own innate desire to be a little bit different, and that she took accelerated courses in high school and finished early and started working. But yet, she's maybe in the interview, but also in separate emails to me, she's talked about her big Italian family and how she got pressure from that big Italian family. So I think it was probably pretty difficult for her. I think it's pretty difficult for a lot of people to find a passion that maybe bucks the trend of what our culture, our society, our families tell us is what we should be doing, particularly if it's entrepreneurial and doesn't have a known income. And particularly, my gosh, when she's a single mom and had to care for her baby. So at the same time, you see all these people in jobs they don't like, careers they don't appreciate. And we're going through this trend that they currently call the Great Resignation, where a lot of people during COVID came to the realization that they didn't like the commute. They didn't like working for a company that they didn't respect, and have taken the opportunity of low unemployment and what has been up until now a robust economy, and do something entrepreneurial, or do something new, or look for something new. One of my daughter's best friends is off this week to London to do a financial services job with a big Canadian bank that has a British English branch. And I was thinking how, when I was about her age, I bucked the trend. I was married. I had a house, had a job, good job. I just got promoted. I made a good income. We didn't have any children yet, but we were sort of on the way, and I got accepted to Harvard Business School in Boston. And some people said, what a great opportunity. And a lot of other people said, why would you leave Toronto? Why would you leave a good job? You just chaired a big portion of Art Eggleton's mayoralty campaign, and you're getting known in the community. You've got this beautiful house that you've just renovated, that, you've got a lot of things that should keep you here. And, you've got an undergraduate degree. Why do you need something more? And I bucked the trend, and I went to the United States, and it changed my life. It changed my career. And I hope for the better. So I'm not sure if it's a complete analogy, because this friend of my daughter's isn't married, but she's in a serious relationship. And she had a good job in Toronto, and she was doing well. And she up and leaves and goes for a new experience in London, England. I met this weekend a young lady who's been offered an opportunity to go to INSEAD in Paris, France, for her MBA. She's already got a law degree. She's got a good job with a law firm, and she's been accepted in the same city that she lives in to do a business degree there. And she's got a boyfriend that she lives with in that town. And she's in a quandary as to whether she goes and does the unconventional thing and leaves the boyfriend behind, the great job behind, and moves halfway around the world to go to Paris, France, to Fontainebleau, to INSEAD. Life is short. And as my father once told me, goes the song, when you die, you want to be able to say you had a good life. You want to remember that you had great experiences. I think that too often we are all pushed into doing the conventional thing, the what society would say is the best thing, the thing that your parents would have done, rather than doing what's going to make you happy, what's going to get you challenged in life, what's going to help you grow, that's going to give you the best experiences. The license plate about he who dies with the most toys won, I think is completely wrong. It's the person that has the best experiences, not things, because the experiences are what people will remember you with. And I think those are the things that you'll remember on your deathbed, not whether you've got a fancy car or a fancy house. So if you got that opportunity to go to INSEAD, if you got that opportunity to go to London, England for a finance job, you got that opportunity to start an entrepreneurial venture like Vanessa did, or if you got the opportunity to go to Boston, to Harvard Business School like I did, take those opportunities, leap into them, live an exciting life, and die with the most memories, not the most things. Thanks. That's my show for tonight. I'm Brian Crombie. This is the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. I'm on every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock on 960 AM. You can stream me online at saga960am.ca. You can get all my podcasts and videocasts on my website, briancrombie.com. My videos are posted on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, and my podcasts are on Speakeasy and Audible. Thanks for joining me. Good night, everybody. Have a great, wonderful weekend.